Good morning. How are you? I think you're still on mute.
I'm all talking. Rookie move. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Can't complain.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm super excited. We got a few last minute registrants last night.
Oh,
So
good.
I'm super excited. Um, so yeah, wanted to just kind of practice run through, make sure you're on co-settings, co-host. So let me do that. Make co-host, confirm. Okay.
I
By the
put the.
way, I love your office with the roof and everything.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love it too. When I took the garage on my property, and I
All right, here we go. Okay, so I have a few people in the meeting room. We got our recordings on. All right, let's do this thing.
good.
Woo.
Put the glasses on so it looks smart.
Oh, yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome to Found First, everybody. We got some familiar faces here. Love it.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well, Holly. How you doing?
I'm
Good morning.
good.
Good
Awesome.
morning.
So excited you're here. Hey, Curtis, how's it going?
Be right back. In a sec.
Here we
Yeah,
go. Good
absolutely.
morning.
Good morning.
We're all across the country here. I love it.
Where's everybody checking in from? Put in the chat. Let me see it.
I am from Torrington, Wyoming,
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
and it looks like one of mine somehow or another it brought me in here twice. So let me see if I can leave one of us.
Yeah, awesome. I'm just gonna send out the link reminder real quick again. I'm just gonna get a couple minutes, guys, as everyone starts joining here.
Curtis, that part of Wyoming, anywhere near Yellowstone?
No, not
Oh,
at all. I'm in the southeast corner of
oh, okay.
Wyoming, just north of Cheyenne, the capital of Wyoming. So
Oh, okay.
um, um, definitely not as pretty with the mountains, but it's its own beauty. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's got some amazing views of the prairie, and like the bluffs out there are amazing. I met Curtis through my grandmother, actually. He was her
Oh, okay.
realtor. And he does great work out there.
Yeah, I went out there, Wyoming and West Montana.
Mm.
Uh, Bozeman Airport is one of the most beautiful airports I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It's like a hunting lodge. It's just absolutely beautiful. That and then the ride from Bozeman to West Montana is like it's along the Madison River. It is just breathtaking.
Mm.
Loved it.
That
Absolutely loved
is beautiful.
it.
Awesome. Well, we got a couple extra things. I see Ricky there. Hey, Ricky. Welcome, Brian, Jenny. Awesome. All right. So we're just waiting for a few more people to join, but thanks for logging in today for our Found First webinar. Quickly just put in the chat where you're joining in from. We were just talking with Curtis about being out west in Wyoming. I know we have some people from Montana. So just put quick in the chat where you're coming in from. And we'll be waiting for a few more people. See Jenny there, Ricky. Hey, Mile High City.
The villages in Florida.
Yeah, me and Polly aren't too far away from each other.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, she
Okay,
started the
Denver
Florida
area.
trend.
The Denver area? Are you the two? Are you Remax agents in Denver or no?
No, I'm Indy.
India. Okay,
Nice.
very nice.
Awesome.
You got
Okay.
a lot of Denver, couple people.
Yeah, so that I'm from the Mile High, so there might be a lot more Denver people here or out west.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you telling me from there originally, right?
Yeah. Jenny, I love your background. It's awesome. It makes me miss the mountains.
Oh, thank you. It's good to
Yeah,
see you.
you too. Jenny's one of my clients and Ricky. And then we've worked with Holly before as well and Curtis as well. So super excited you guys are here. This is gonna be awesome.
Mhm.
And you're early too, Ricky. This is an earlier meeting for you guys out west.
Oh my God.
I'm so proud of you right now.
Here's the coffee.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We actually worked, Ricky and I worked with Holly actually back in the day at Remax in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Ricky, thanks for joining. I will try and make this as beneficial as possible for you for getting up so early.
Oh, you're nice. It's fun.
Absolutely. I do have a California client too, and for her it's I think 7 a.m. So
Yeah.
even earlier. So okay, awesome. Well, we'll jump right in here, guys. If you're just now joining, just put in the chat where you're coming from. My name's Tessa. Most of you guys know me here, founder of Agent Asset. I've been in the real estate industry 15 plus years. My company, Your Agent Asset, helps realtors buy back their time and scale their company with businesses with structure, team, and marketing. And I actually met Brian here a couple months ago through 7FA. So we're wearing our sharpen iron shirts.
Yeah.
He's in seven-figure agency and he's built an amazing agency over the last 16 years. He's been in the industry. He's helped thousands of agents and brokerages scale their marketing and bring in over 5 billion in production for real estate for his clients. That's over 100 million GCI. So he knows a thing or two. He's been around the block, and he specializes in getting found first online. He has an amazing team. He's located in New Jersey, so we're both on the East Coast here, just a little bit up the coast here. And he's the author of You're Not Bond, so stop effing acting like it. If you like that title, you'll like Brian here. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Brian. So Brian Scaccetti of Realty Forte. I'll have you take it away. Thanks for coming in today.
Great. Thank you very much, Tessa. Thank you, everybody, for joining today and really taking the time to learn an important topic that's going to be changing how real estate businesses run. So today, we're going to really discuss AI-driven local search for real estate. And if you guys are on board and excited for this, do me a favor, give me an AI in the chat, type it in, or give me a thumbs up when you see that coming in. All right, we'll get ready to get started. Awesome. Great. All right. So what we're going to cover today is how agents and brokerages can stay visible, trusted, and chosen in an AI-first search world. Once again, my name is Brian Scaccetti. I'm the founder of Realty Forte, author, speaker, and real estate marketing expert. Now, I'm going to share my screen and show you our presentation today. Okay. All right. Does everybody see it right now? Test it's showing up on the screen?
Yep, showing up for you.
Okay, great. All right. So now the rules of local search have changed, and AI is changing real estate search forever. Okay. You will see that now more and more as you go to Google and you start to see Meet AI mode on there. You're going to see different ways that search actually populates. Buyers and sellers are now getting direct answers from AI overviews. AI tools are actually choosing who gets mentioned. You know, it's not like Google's doing that search. It's Google actually, or Gemini, or Perplexity, or ChatGPT does their own search, has their own weighting on it, and say, okay, this is what we're going to present now to the potential buyer or seller. Okay, so if you're not visible there, you are going to be losing attention before the click even happens, and you are also not even going to be in the game to be chosen. Okay, so this is no longer just SEO that we do. And what we have to do as agents and brokerages, this is search visibility. It's authority and trust is what we have to start building. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you why this shift matters most. Google just announced that Google AI overviews now reach 1.5 billion users per month in the US alone. Okay. So AI generated answers are reducing clicks to traditional websites. And you can even ask Tessa as well. You will hear other agency owners that specialize in PPC. Their budgets are getting blown up because the higher price per click on it is going up because everything is shifting in search because PPC is based off of search. Right? Google is also expanding their AI first search experience rapidly. Who here is a Siri or iPhone user? Okay, so I don't know if you know this. Google has also partnered with Apple, and they are doing Apple's AI overall experience, like overhaul experience. They have partnered, and now all the stuff that's coming in into Siri searches are being powered by Google Search. Okay, organic traffic is becoming harder to win as well. So if you don't have an authority structure or structured content that you're producing, you're not going to win in this game. Okay. So the old playbook is dead. Who still, please tell me we don't have anybody, I'm sure we don't, that goes out and puts out those generic social posts and not to build authority here. Who trusts the MLS as their main marketing strategy when they get a listing and thinking that, oh, being on Zillow, that is going to make me the obvious choice. It's not like that anymore. Okay. We really need to actually take control of our own marketing and take control of our own destiny in our business because that way it doesn't cut it anymore. AI search does not reward lazy content and it rewards authority, trust, clarity, and local proof. I'm going to show you to what that actually means. All right, so what is AI search first? AI tools like Google, AI overviews, Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Bing Copilot. They use advanced learning language models to summarize the best information on the web and deliver direct answers to you at a light speed, right? So how does AI decide who gets mentioned? 4 pillars that you really have to focus on. That's authority, relevance, trust, and clarity. Now, what does that mean? Authority. Are you a real business known in your market? Okay. Relevance. Do you answer the exact questions that your potential customers and clients are asking? Trust. Do you have reviews, mentions, and profiles that support your claims? Right? And clarity. Is all your web content and your GBP structured properly and optimized so AI can read it and understand it and present it to the searcher? If your brand doesn't check these boxes, you're not going to be featured in those powerful 0 clicks. So your competitors are going to take that stance or that position, I should say. All right, let's go to the next one. How AI chooses who shows up. Now, AI doesn't just work off of keyword stuffing. Back in the day, there used to be an SEO strategy where they would just stuff major keywords into content and think that works. No, it wants more structure, but it will read those keywords, but it has to be almost in a human form of writing, they want to see, where the way people read and understand, not just having keywords, locations, and stuff like that. Real content. You need to check these boxes. And I'm going to go over the 5, which is entity. So we were touching in the previous slide. Entity is are you known across the web? Do you have an omni-channel presence? So your Facebook, your Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Zillow, Homes.com, you want to make sure you have optimized listings on all of these, okay? That you're pushing out fresh content, okay? Trust. Your reviews are a big factor. Now, to me, I'm anti-Zillow. Get away from it as fast as you possibly can because they do not want to help you. They want to hurt you. They want to take your business. They want to put you out. Okay, It's the writing is on the wall. It's been on the wall for years. So take your reviews and put them on Google. They're owned there. They're owned by you, right? Your mentions is another way to build trust, and associations, right? So many of you might be franchise brokers, some of you independent, but each of your brokerages give you, like say how Remax gives you Max Center, right? You fill out your whole profile. That means your photo, your name, your email address, your phone number, all the details that they can give you, put them on the web. It is very important. So if you belong to Chambers of Commerce and you have a profile on there, put that on there. Backlink to the proper website that you utilize. Okay. Now, answers. Remember, we said you have to make sure that we're doing FAQs. So the FAQs are frequently asked questions. What are my buyers asking now? What are my sellers asking? Are they going? It's like, how much does it cost to sell a home in Lansing, Michigan? Right. So transparency, as you can see, we'll touch upon that too. In your commission structure, put it out there. There's no reason like that you shouldn't, because you're going to have to cross that bridge when you get to that listing appointment. But if you put that commission structure on your page, like, hey, put up a whole seller's page for yourself on your website, telling them about the whole process, and say, and if you don't want to go full in there, you can say our commission structure starts at 2% and can go up. If you don't want to say, hey, I charge 3.5% on my side, whatever your commission structure is. But be transparent with it. Put it out there so you can actually show up in that search when somebody asks those questions. Okay. Statistics, especially for the local markets that you serve. So you guys heard of shrink your pond. Say if you're only working in 5 towns, right? Be the expert of those 5 towns. Come provide people with the statistics of each town. What's happening on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, talk to them in plain language, make it easier for them to understand and easy for AI and Google to understand and pull in. Okay. Structure markup, which is like, say, schema markup. It sounds difficult, but it's not. It's basically a snippet of code that you can take and put it in the header of your website on the back end. And what it does is basically tell LLMs, Google, and other search entities what is on this website and why it should be presented to the searcher. Okay. NAP consistency, at the very foremost, this is probably one of the most important things that you can do just as a new agent or a seasoned agent. Make sure your name, address, and phone number is the same across every directory online. Because if it's not, you will get dinged and you will just fall down in rankings. FAQ schema, like we said, when you're answering these questions, you could actually go over to ChatGPT and say, hey, these are the frequently asked questions that I have in my business. Can you create me? And you give them the question and answer, list them all, and then can you create me an FAQ schema markup that I could add to my website? And ChatGPT will write that code for you. Okay, and you can take that and plug it right into your website. You do not need to be a coder. I think honestly, coders are they're going to vanish. To me, because right now AI writes better code and faster. I don't know anything about code. I built a whole product like 3 weeks ago that's based all off CSS, and it works perfect. So, and I can't tell you anything about it. I don't know what it means, but using tools like AI can help you get through those hurdles. All right. So activity, reviews, make sure that you are replying to all of your reviews. Okay. That these reviews are not just coming in and, oh, great, I got another 5-star review. Respond to them, sign off on them. Even put the link to your website in that review and your phone number in that review. That's one of the things that we do with our clients is we have an AI tool that helps helps generate more reviews. It writes reviews for their clients and then actually responds to those reviews. And when we do this, we have a full signature on there. It says, thank you. It was Brian Thomas at brianthomas.com, and the number after the review is responded to or replied to, because that's just another area that website is getting in. Okay. Fresh content. This is easy. If you don't have ideas, go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, go to Perplexity, whoever it is. Just say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm located in Miami, Florida. I specialize in the luxury condo market. Can you give me 30 posts for the next 30 days that can help me create content to really reach buyers in the Miami market? Even if it's people that are actually relocating. Use the AI to come up with that. In 5 minutes, you'll have, in 50 seconds, I'm sorry, you'll have 30 different content ideas that you can utilize for the next month. So it's not like you don't have the resources. The resources are right there. Just take the 2 minutes to use them, right? And then activity also, hyperlocal focus. Start creating content around your shrunken pond, those 5 areas that you really want to focus on. Build all of that up. Start doing videos to it. So, and blogs. So this is another feature we'll talk about a little later. But when you're doing a blog, I would actually, this is a new thing. If you want to start really getting a lot of play on your listings when you're marketing, yes, you do have a listing page that usually you get on your website. Create a blog article about your listing. Okay, talk about the areas talk about the hot spots in that area. Like a well-known coffee shop or a well-known restaurant that's not too far from there. Link it to that restaurant when you write that name in there. Start creating video content on it, not only the walkthrough video, but tell them about the neighborhood. Put that in there. Okay. Right. Let's see. So I want to give you guys an example of how AI overview is used, say, as best listing agent in Lake Ariel. So like a buyer or a seller would potentially search this. And off to the left here is where you're going to see what Gemini pushes out. It gives you basically four agents that you can choose from. They went and they pulled. You don't see the paid ad structure. You don't see the 10 blue links. They gave you 4 agents to choose from. Okay. And each one of these, where does it link to? And across the bottom here, this all links out to the agent's GBP. Okay. This actually makes your Google business profile one of your most important assets. Now, I'm going to leave this to Tessa, and I want her to give me an answer. And everybody has to answer this question right now. Do you have a Google business profile as a realtor? I want yes or no in the chat. Tessa, give me a count off on this.
All right. We got 2.
I'm going to take a sip here.
3. Awesome. Good job, Curtis. Heidi's coming in from California. She's got 1. Ricky, Brian, Holly. Awesome. All right. So there's a few on here that possibly don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, 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 if you do not have one, make this your most important job over the next 7 days to get one. These are free. Okay. You can, this is free real estate that Google gives to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it is probably the most important piece of the marketing for a real estate agent. The things that you can do with this profile are second to none. You can promote listings. You can get listings on Google Voice search. You can create posts. You can treat it like a social media channel. You can put photos of everything, collect reviews. This is the key component for you right now, being found not only on Google, being found on AI overviews, but also presented in ChatGPT. This is one of the biggest portions that you should have. Okay. All right. Now, what does this all mean for agents? Visibility can happen before website click. Your GBP is now your frontline sales asset. Okay. Because as you saw in that search, once they click, it goes over to the GBP, because Google's trying to keep it on a 1-page search, right? So they do the search on Gemini. It produces 4 places. You're still on Gemini. If you click on one of those, we'll go back a second. If you click on one of these, this still does not count as a click. Only here is where the actual transaction happens. So they can do a click to call. They can go to the website. They can even go in here and book an appointment with you if you have your calendar linked, or they can send you a message if you have a smart number linked to it. Okay. I can't stress to you enough. If you do take away nothing from this today, please go build a GBP. Okay. It's going to be one of the local authority pieces for you, and like I said, it beats your generic presence all the time. Okay. So search journey has changed. Remember the old way is you type in a keyword, then you'll see your paid ads first, and the 10 blue links, and then a user will either browse until they click on something. The new search term just goes, basically they put their search term in, AI provides a summary, then there's a short list of people underneath there, and then the actions go, they can either click, they can call, they can actually link to directions from Google Maps as well. Okay. Now, we're going to go over the tiers. Tier 1, baseline visibility. These are the must-haves. Okay. An optimized Google business profile. So optimized, not built, but optimized. That means includes photos, hours, detailed service descriptions. So those of you that are building a Google business profile, you have to build it first. And then once it's verified, then you could go back in and add your service descriptions for each service that you offered. Now, tip for that, make sure you add 3 areas that you want to focus on in each one of those service descriptions. Okay. Now, consistency. Name, address, phone number has to match identically over all the heavy trusted sites. One of the things I tell agents, and that we do for them too, if they want to do it themselves, is you must go in and create profiles on Zillow, on Realtor, on Homes, on Fast Expert, on Experience.com, on HomeLight. Okay. These are all things, all sites and directories that AI is cross-checking and saying, okay, this is a real entity. This is a real person, a real agent. Let's push them forward. Okay. So this is manual work. This isn't anything hard. It's basically data input. Everybody on this call can do that. Okay. Active local citation campaigns. This is what helps you get found everywhere, right? So basically you get your listing across, there's many different services out there. You can get your listing across on Yellow Pages, Yelp, Waze, Uber, Suggest, Facebook, every major directory, 50, 60 places that hold tremendous weight with Google, that Google references and AI references. You can do this in just one click of a button. Right. So it's very important to get that out there. And high quality, helpful website content. Right. So like we said, IDX is not important because nobody goes to Mike Sells Minneapolis to search homes. Okay. So don't think, yeah, I need an IDX website. You don't need it. You need to be buyer and seller centric and basically promote yourself and push out your UVP. What's your unique value proposition? Why should a seller or a buyer work with me over at the other 49,000 agents in my state? Okay. So you have to start producing content that really puts you in there. Like, what are homes selling for in Montclair, New Jersey this year? Things like that. Okay. Start pushing out. And you could easily go right to ChatGPT and ask them, put in a prompt and say, what are the types of articles that I should be producing in blog content to put into my website that will actually help me rank for AI search? Please provide me with the questions that buyers and sellers are asking right now. And they'll come out and tell you what it is. And then you can tell them, hey, write me a 500 to 750 word content piece about this. Once they produce that, just you have to 4-eye it and make sure it's, you're the local market expert, it. Just make sure, oh, I agree with that. No, I don't like that. Take that out, change it. And then you can just create the blog. It's that simple. Tier 2, let's build authority. This is where you separate yourself from your competitors. AI loves fresh, hyperlocal, human-driven content, right? So, like I said, you can pull that information from AI, but for it, make some changes, write it to how you write or how you speak and how people understand. Okay. So you display your local market expertise, provide social proof. That means video testimonials. You easily have pretty much everybody probably shows up to your client's closings, right? So that's the happiest they're going to be right there. Once they sign that paper, it's done. Get that video testimonial right there. Simple. Just say, hey guys, do you mind just taking 30 seconds to do a quick testimonial video for me? Just like how we helped you through this whole process, all the things that came up and how we overcame them. How was the transaction as well? Show why you're different. Show your process in your content, especially in your seller's process. Show your local expertise, your strategy, your market knowledge. Any proof behind it that makes you special, makes you different from others. Consistent content creation. Consistency outperforms virality all the time. And we also have a saying too, where it's discipline beats motivation all the time. You can wake up every morning like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. But something can happen in your day that takes away the motivation. It's discipline that actually creates success. You stay disciplined, you keep doing it, you remain consistent, you are going to be at the top before you know it. Okay? Here, 3, make it easy for AI to trust you. Okay? This is like the third stage, that basically the schema markup, put those on your website. Make sure your website is fast, mobile optimized. You have a detailed about us page. So about you, this is a really good feature where you can really start to write about you, about your history, and it doesn't, I know in the MLS, some of them only give you like 750 characters to write a bio about yourself. But other features, same thing, Google Business Profile. But on your About Us page on your website, really get in depth. And this isn't just for people to read, but this is also for AI to read, for Google to read. So add testimonials. So Google testimonials that have keywords in them, have local market words in them. Put those into your bio. This is how we helped Michelle buy her home in Long Branch, and just she'll put that, like, you'll take that review and plug it right in, and that'll help. Okay. Respond to reviews quickly. Try and do it within 24 hours of you getting a review. Don't waste past that, because Google and AI want to see that you are responsive, you are engaging. Okay. So these are more the behind the scenes trust signals that most agents ignore. But once again, these aren't hard to do. Like I said, schema markup, pull it straight from ChatGPT. Fast mobile optimized website, go to your web designer, don't do it, honestly. And detailed about us page, you can write that. Nobody knows you better than you, right? So, all right. So sample search with ChatGPT. I had a broker client of mine do this search. I didn't do this. I said, listen, if you were, and I wanted to, this is I used to reverse engineer and start to build out more content for us. And it was like, can you tell me best real estate marketing company for agents and brokerages looking to grow annual volume? That's what he typed in. So in here, you'll see chat gave their response. They gave 4 different companies. Best overall for growing annual sales volume, Realty Forte, which is my company, right? We have this program that they do for frame for the brokerages. Then it says over here, like, would you like a direct comparison? And they compared us to Realty Forte, Curator, Luxury Presence, and Tom Ferry's Marketing Edge program. And on the next page, it said gave us a head-to-head comparison. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because it pulls from what Google and AI can verify that's on the which is on the web. So the information you have out there is going to pull and it's going to do comparisons and come up and they could do a next level comparison, like a snapshot, and say, okay, who's the big winner? And it'll come in and say this, right? So when you look at this information, you start building out your content structure. Give as much information about you, your program, what you do, areas you service, your specialties, not your licenses, but also like if you're CRS or something like that too, put that in there. Now, where real estate agents are actually falling short on Google Business Profile is not fully optimized. No reviews in the last 30 days, right? Fewer than 20 high quality GBP photos. I'm of the mindset 100. You need 100 high quality photos on your Google Business Profile to help you get ranked higher, right? The ones with 100, they start to really separate themselves from the other competitors. All right. Reviews are not being replied to publicly. No service descriptions or keywords on their services in their GBP. They're not posting to GBP. They have inconsistent NAP across web directories. I can't tell you how many agents that I have come to us and they have their Zillow page says Weichert, their Facebook page says KW, but now they're working at Remax. I'm like, come on, you got to fix that up, because you got to understand something. When somebody does a search and you have, as a real estate agent, if you're not marketing yourself properly, how do you expect somebody to trust you to market the sale of their home, their largest asset, properly, right? People are going to do that search and they're going to find that and like, no, thank you. All right. So no generic about info. Like I said, start building that out. No hyperlocal content, no FAQ content at all is being used. You have to use that. Like they have the outdated, incorrect Zillow and Realtor profiles. No systems that monitor performance. Like, hey, am I doing the right thing on my GBP? Because I don't know. I don't know how many calls are coming in. I don't know how many website clicks are coming in. I don't have a heat map ranking to see where I started to where I am today. These are things that need to be tracked so you know what can get improved. Okay. That website, like I said, schema markup is missing. You're not producing video content, which is tremendous. And once again, clunky generic IDX sites that the franchise give you that really do nothing for you. Okay. You're going to have to put work into those. Now, what to do next as an agent? Audit your Google Business Profile. Check your reviews, your photos, your FAQ and service descriptions. Clean up your NAP across the web. Build optimized profiles for HomeLight, Fast Expert, Rate My Agent, Experience.com. Collect reviews on Google, not Zillow. Publish a content that answers real buyer and seller questions and improve trust signals so AI uses them and decides who to show. You don't need to fix everything in one day. Just start. That's all I want you to do. And the people that don't have a GBP, that's where you're starting first. Go do that, please. All right. Thank you very much for joining the webinar. And for you sitting through my rambling, I want to give you a little thing. If those of you who have a GBP, you can scan this. This is going to give you a free AI audit of your local marketing. Okay. It's going to tell you where you're currently ranking on Google Maps and ChatGPT. Then it's also going to give you a personalized action plan on what you need to do to improve your GBP and rankings in AI. So can you all see this QR code? Just scan that. And if you can, you can just go to audit.aria.mar-kit.co, and that'll take you right there. All you have to do is connect your GBP to it, and it'll run it, and you should get something back in like maybe a half hour on it.
Yeah. And I'm putting it in the chat here as well if we have anybody on mobile that can't scan.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Did you get that, or you want me to go back?
Oh yeah, was everyone able to scan? I just put the link in the chat as well. So
Oh,
just
okay,
give us a
perfect.
thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up if you got the link
Mhm.
in the chat. Awesome.
Nice. Now, so if you want to open it up to Q&A, let's go.
Beautiful. Yeah, just unmute, guys, and you can ask your questions away. Or if you like, you can put in the chat and I'll read them off for you.
Let's see the message. Let me check.
Awesome. Go back over to everyone here. Well, I think that was just amazing, Brian, and like just so many golden nuggets there of all of these free tools that we have at our disposal. Google, Chat, Gemini, all these things that we're really living in an era where it's like, the world's your oyster. You just got to apply it,
Yeah.
right? And there's so much missed opportunity because we're just not putting in the effort. So I loved it. We did have one question during while you're speaking. Is there a link where you can get listed everywhere, where you mentioned about getting on all of the listings? Is that a link that is in your guide, or is that just a one?
Yeah, so in the guide, we're also going to be giving you, Tessa's going to hand out. There's a tool that we utilize. It's called ARIA, and it stands for Advanced Ranking and Intelligence Assistant. And it is a GBP optimization tool. It's an AI marketing assistant that you can plug into your business. It has local citations in there as well, so it's one click away. All you have to do is actually connect it right to it, and it takes what is on your optimized GBP and sends it out to 55 different directories. And it'll also get you optimized for Amazon's Alexa, Google Voice, Siri, and what's Microsoft Cortera
Oh yeah.
as well.
Excellent. Awesome. And so that's a link in Brian's guide, in that he's generously giving away for free today, guys. So I'm going to put a link to that in the chat here at the end. And it's a free download. We'll also be sending it out as a recap as well, since we're not doing a recording. So I'll be live just for the people in this room. So thanks for coming out today.
I have one quick question. Sorry, I'm a little late to the party.
Yes.
But I feel that reviews, I'm not utilizing all my reviews. And is there a way to incorporate this into the chat or any of those other platforms other than, the LinkedIn, Google reviews, etc.?
Yeah, so are you asking how do you get, like, say, your reviews on Google or in chat, or?
So people find them, or so they're out there.
Mhm.
I have all these reviews, but it's like I
And
just
they spread
have
all
them.
over.
Yeah, I don't know where to put them or how to share them with the world.
Yeah, so to me, like, go and get them put on Google, right?
Okay.
Yes, the people that you have written those reviews should have a Google business, Google or Gmail account, right? But this is very simple. That we've a little automation that you could put through, or just have an assistant, like a Filipino or anywhere from around the country that's cheap, do this work. Basically, what you're going to do is going to copy the review. Say if you have a review on Zillow, like 10, 15, 20 reviews on Zillow.
Yeah.
Copy the review, send it to the person that wrote them that review with your Google business profile link for reviews, right? Say, hey, thank you very much for writing this review when we conducted. I'm trying to get all my reviews onto Google now. Can you take 30 seconds, click this link, and just paste this review in there? And that's it. Right?
That's so easy and brilliant at the same time. Thank you.
Yeah. So and you're going to see, don't send a lot out at once.
No.
Spread them out. Do 5 a week.
Okay.
Because if you start plugging Google with a bunch of reviews, they're going to flag you. So make sure you do them, like, have a structure. 5 a week, send out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Great questions. I just put that PDF in the chat, guys. So grab a look at that, and we'll send that in a little recap as well. I have a question, Brian. So when you're optimizing your Google profile, what is the best thing to post? Is it a singular post? Is it a video? When you're doing your post because it's like with social media, right? You can't do the same post across all the platforms.
So that's a great question, because if you're using social media publishing tools, sometimes, like one of the ones like through High Level, right? You actually can have all your channels linked, and you could create that one post up there, and then you could separate them to optimize for each profile. That's one way, right? But when it comes down to Google Business Profile, comes down to video, make sure it is less than 25 megabytes. Then you don't have to necessarily post a video. You could just drop the video into your photos and videos section. Okay. And that will play because it won't take anything over 25 megabytes. And to get a video, there's another tool that is, I'm going to tell you right now, that you can use that can shrink your video down. It's a compression tool that's free.
Great.
That we use sometimes. Bear with me 1 second. It is called 8mb.video.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's a compression tool. All you do is drop your video into that and just tell them I want 25 megabytes and it'll compress it.
I love that. AMB or GMB?
8.
Oh, E.
It's 8. The number 8. Here, I'll put it in the
8.
chat.
Got it.
So it's
8MB.
mb.video.
Beautiful. Okay.
So-
Learning so much today. There's so many
Yeah.
tools. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can do also things in there like products. Every time you have a listing, you can create a product out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have an open house event, create an event out of it. So like you have multiple things that you can post. And it's great because you can start showing people like you go on your listing appointments, like, listen, I'm going to have your listing on Google Voice. It's going to be on Google Business Profile. I'm going to have events created for your open houses as well. It's going to be all listed here. So you're going much further beyond than what the normal agent is doing. You should be doing this.
Absolutely. All right. Any more questions, guys? Drop in the chat. Unmute.
Yeah, if you want, also just fire away too.
Yeah, absolutely. Go once, go twice.
No one wants to step up, huh?
I know. So I have one. There's so much information today. So what do you say to the agent who loved the webinar, loved all of the information that you have here, but is like over their head or just too much? It's like, where do I start? I am in overwhelm. I know I need this. I know I need to get started, but like, how do I get started? How do I get help?
Yeah,
What are
so
you reading my mind? Mhm.
I know you, Ricky.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Rick, in the document that Tessa just put out in the chat, like you're gonna see things that we tell you, like first steps that you can take and things that you can really do on your own. But if this is something you do not want to tackle, you could reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you and walk you through things. It's just not I understand agents sometimes are like there's multiple different types of agents. There's agents that want to learn everything and do it themselves. Then there's agents that want to learn some of it. Then there's agents that are like, I don't want to know this. Just do this for me. Like that's your expertise. Handle it. I'm that type of person inside my agency. If there's something I don't know, or like I'll lean on a person like Tessa and say, hey Tessa, can you help me out with this? I don't know this. Because we all have our specialties. We all have our expertise out there. And I'm not an expert in everything, but this I am.
I love it. Awesome. And I know we're just a little over time here, so if anyone has any last minute questions, now's the time. Oh, go ahead, Curtis. No.
So I'm in a very small community, very small independent brokerage, and my Google business profile is primarily my office. So Windmill Realty is that Google business profile. I know it's probably should be geared more towards me as an agent specifically, but I've always done brokerage first type of individual. So can that still be beneficial in smaller markets of just that type of promotion, or does it need to be more individually based? Questions, thoughts. What are your thoughts?
If I was a broker owner, and Curtis, are you still doing business for yourself?
Oh yeah, I do probably 95% of the business within my office. Yes.
All right, then Curtis, my wholeheartedly, what I say to you is create your own. Keep the brokerage one, create your own GBP, start reaching out to all your past clients, get those reviews on there. Because listen, our people, when they go to search for agents near me, right? You want Curtis to show up, right? You want to see that Curtis Berkeley, I'm sorry, to show up, right? Because there's a different type of search when people say real estate brokerages or real estate agents. You're gonna call right now, your GBP is probably under real estate agency is your first category, right? So you need to build one for yourself. First category is gonna be real estate agent. Then your second category is gonna be real estate. What's the other one? Real estate consultant.
Mhm.
And if you do commercial, you know, add that in there too. That's another category. But
Mhm.
yeah, to me, if I was doing it, I would have my brokerage one and I would have mine alone as well, separated fully.
Mhm. Absolutely. Great question. I've worked with broker owners all over the country, and it's a great service to offer your agents. But know
Mhm.
that people buy from people, right? It's great to have our brands, Windmill, Canyon Title, right? Realty One, Remax, all of these brands that give us such power. But I'm
Mhm.
not going to buy from, Canyon. I'm going to buy from Jenny, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you want to have those personal relationships, and make sure that Google knows about you personally, right? Because that's who they're going to be working with. So.
And Curtis, to go back to the presentation, I showed you that Gemini overview of Heather. So Heather is also a broker owner of Remax Best in northeastern Poconos, and she has the office GBP and she has hers. And she's a very active agent. She's probably the number one agent up in Lake Ariel for production. So yeah, that's you should, especially if you're doing 95% of the business as a brokerage, then you got to put your name out there first.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I know we're over time here. So, Brian, what's the best way to get in touch with you? I put your contact info in the chat there. What's the next steps if people want to learn more about Aria or what you do?
Yeah, basically you could first run that report for you guys that are running that GBP, take a look, go through that. And then if you want to book a discovery call, you can go right to our website, right on the header of realtyforte.com. It says book discovery. You can go through there and book a 15-minute call on my calendar and see what you want to talk about, or just reach out to us, social, wherever. We're just open.
Awesome. And I'm putting that in the chat here, guys, for you. Again, there will be no like replay of this. You guys are the lucky few that got in on this. You guys can get a head start of everybody else in your local market. I think we have a couple Denver agents, so be sure to implement what you guys learned here today. Brian, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
And
for putting this together, and thank you everybody for showing up. And I hope I added value to your life and your business today.
absolutely. Well done. Perfect. We'll be sending that PDF guide out afterwards. And then, yeah, feel free to reach out to Brian for more info. So great to have you today. And yeah, go forth and prosper.
Thank you.
All right.
Take
Thanks,
care,
everybody.
everybody.
Take care. Bye.